You were gone last week.
Yeah, and you guys held down the fort, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it was, received okay.
This cardboard box fort. Got some pillows. No girls allowed.
I mean, if anything, last week's episode really was just, don't record at my place anymore. The cat is just too much of a nightmare.
Yeah.
It actually threw the mic, the computer, everything.
It was like those Panda commercials where it just kind of puts its hands on the CRT monitor and just pushes everything off the fucking desk and just goes, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I love those commercials. So, this is the Power Moose Podcast. I am Colin, and as I said earlier, that was Duncan. Duncan, you were here last week. So how was your last 2 weeks been?
It's been an exercise in patience, to say the least.
Go on.
What with the shows wrapping up, trying to figure out what we're going on to next. I bought more Tiny Men.
Good? Well, not good. It's a bad pastime.
Warhammer 40k is not a bad pastime. It's a hobby.
You don't, I guess. You don't play it.
Well, that's because everything's in shambles right now.
So, more Tiny Men.
Yeah, more Tiny Men. Painting more Tiny Men. Still watching anime.
I meant to get back to it. I still haven't.
Yeah, I don't think... I think you're done with anime.
No, I keep seeing gifs of Little Witch Academy, and I'm like, I gotta get back.
Yeah.
And I just... Give me time. That's it?
No, I have a bone to pick, a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
It's Miss Kobayashi's...
Dragon Maid?
Dragon Maid.
Yep.
Not Dragon Maid, fuck anime. Not that. It's just wanted to set the record straight.
Dragon Maid?
Stop.
I don't think people can see the tags, but I tagged it properly.
Oh, okay. That's a start.
On YouTube and in Tumblr. It's got the right tag. Because
I
started filling it in and it just goes, did you mean this? I'm like, probably.
Yeah.
Had to get the anime talk in somehow.
Oh, yeah. Gotta keep pushing the anime. I don't know. The seasons are kind of just starting to wrap up. We're coming out of the winter season and heading into the summer season. So we'll see how that goes. Berserk's getting a second season.
Like the CG one?
The CG one. And I sat there going, are you serious?
I haven't seen any of it. I've only seen bits, like clips of it.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah, it looks okay.
But it looks okay. It looks okay. But when you actually watch it, there are some animation problems. Like, there are, characters just die. Like, you know how you have to at least keep the hips in the character needs to stay alive, and there are moments where Guts just dies, and the facial animation isn't there. The characters just look like they're dead all the time. Emotion.
Now, I imagine they're on a normal anime schedule, though. Like, I imagine we get more time than they do.
I suppose.
So,
but
horror quality is to be expected in 3D.
It infuriates me.
Well, then just don't watch it. Watch the old one.
But it's the only thing we get.
I've never been big into it. I mean, one of the first actual physical mangas I read was the first 2 or 3 of Berserk. Because when I didn't know what it was, I'd seen Dragon Ball and Digimon and Pokemon, the things you would see just naturally as a kid. But when I finally was like, oh, what's this nerd shit? My friend's like, fucking Berserk. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. I think the very first manga I ever bought was Dot Hack Legend of the Twilight.
That's one of those mangas that's in every high school library for some reason.
Oh?
I just always see it around. I've never picked it up myself.
Because the first time I picked it up, I was at one of a relative's funeral in Montreal, and my uncle was with my mom, and she's like, "You guys have fun. I'm going to Super Sex."
All right. I thought they were you know how sometimes funerals get little pamphlets of here's a little thing that they did, and here's all the music we're going to be playing throughout the service. But instead, the funeral just was here's book 1 of Dot Hack. I hope you like it.
No, because it was the first time I had ever been in Chapters or Indigo, and it was huge. Because at the time, we didn't have one back in St. John. This was way before. It would have been in Moncton.
And I think it was Indigo.
No, it was long. Like, there was still only just a Kohl's.
Okay.
Like, this was back in the old days, Colin.
I actually know which one you're talking about, because I've been there,
But the one in Montreal was just absolutely amazing. It was like nothing I've ever seen when it comes to a bookstore. And I just sat there. And I think that was also the weekend, or the few days where I also found out that maybe I'm the crazy one, because we were staying with this little old lady in her downtown Montreal bed and breakfast. And we're sitting down, we're having a meal with her, and she's got a very thick accent, and she's speaking very...
broken English?
Not broken English, but like, I was able to understand her, because at the time I was taking French lessons, nothing in school, nothing major, but it was enough that I could comprehend what she was saying. And she was just like, "Would you like some milk in your cornflakes, dearie?" And I was like, "No, I'll just eat them like this." And she's like, "What?" She's like, I'll just eat my cornflakes dry." And she's like, "I've had Asians, I've had Africans, I've had Eastern Europeans, Western Europeans, just people all over the globe at my bed and breakfast. You are the first person ever to be like, no, I don't want milk in my cornflakes."
Now, I know of some people who do that. Like, I know my mom does it. And I've done it, like, a few times. But I like milk. So, like, I'll always...
I can't stand white milk. And the thought of putting chocolate milk in with my...
No matter how good you think of an idea it is,
it's not. No. And another factor is, I absolutely hate soggy cereal. It's gross.
That's why you eat it fast.
But I don't...
Certain cereal is better soggy.
I find that hard to believe.
Mini wheats. Delicious.
I suppose mini wheats, you kind of need them soggy, because dry...
Well, because then they just turn into, like, shredded wheat, basically.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, so that I can understand, but cornflakes, Rice Krispies, Reese
Puffs.
Reese Puffs.
The superior cereal.
The only cereal, in my opinion, in my uneducated opinion, on cereal.
I buy a lot of honey bunches of whatever. I think I got some apple. Honey bunches of apple or whatever.
Some almonds and some...
Just finish some almond one. Now I bought an apple one.
Okay.
It's really because it's all that they store by and they have stocks. Occasionally I'll get some Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops are pretty alright. And when they do have Reese Puffs, pick them up every time.
Oh, yeah. Also, trailer park houses, a lot nicer than my current apartment.
Yeah, some are pretty nice.
And mortgages on them are cheaper.
Yeah, probably.
Than rent. I'm sitting here in my apartment going, what am I doing wrong with my life?
Now, to anyone who wants to track Duncan down, the reason why his rent's so high is he lives in the middle of the city.
Yeah, because I don't want a 1 hour bus ride.
No, I'm with you. I mean, I live in the middle of the city too, so I don't want to go any further.
Yeah, but going from the city back to St. John's,
back to the homeland.
The homeland. I left here in like my petticoat, like my peacoat. I think they're called peacoats. But a very
I'm
light...
pretty sure the P stands for petty, so yeah. I think you're fine.
Okay. But I left here in that. Go back to St. John. I was not dressed appropriately. It was ungodly cold. Yeah. Like, to a level that I wasn't prepared for. It was insanity. Well, not insanity. It was completely reasonable, but I was just being dumb and not dressing appropriately.
That's why I don't go home. It's too cold.
You know, not used to the tropical. It's because we've gotten so used to the tropical paradise that is Nova Scotia.
Well, compared to where we used to live, like, this place has colder summers and warmer winters. So, like, even though, like, today's fucking freezing out.
Yeah.
I guarantee, back in St. John, it's death.
Yeah, it's like Fimbulwinter. The end times are upon them.
And then, like, summer here, it gets real humid.
And awful.
and I hate humidity, but like temperature-wise, it's always pretty nice.
Yes.
And then you go to St. John and it's death heat.
Yeah. Other than that, I didn't really do a whole lot. I just kind of sat around, took my PS4 with me, played some Grand Theft Auto. That was about it.
Cool.
How was your week since the last podcast?
Well, I mean, you know most of it because A, I know you listened to the last episode. B, it's not like we don't talk to each other every day anyway.
Yeah.
But since last week, mainly just playing Horizon. It tells me how long I've been playing that game, and I feel like I don't believe it. Because I feel like I'm sinking a lot of time into that.
Yeah.
And I'm only at, 26 hours. Which isn't that much. But...
You want to talk about not believing how long you played a game? Every time I look up the time played in World of Warcraft, I die a little inside.
Well, I imagine you're at the point where it's measured in days.
Yeah.
What are we talking?
I can't remember.
Well,
it's big.
What was the last number you remember? You don't have to know currently.
It was enough to make me reevaluate life decisions.
See, that's why I'm glad it's a godsend that Binding of Isaac doesn't track your hours on PlayStation. I feel very confident that could also be measured in days. Well, I mean, I guess a day's really just 24 hours, which is not a ton of time in a game. But yeah, I guess if you start measuring weeks, then it gets bad.
Yeah. I think it's up in the triple digits.
Of hours? Or of weeks?
Days.
Oh, boy.
I've been playing that for a while.
Well, yeah, I guess.
And there were times where I just spent an entire day on World of Warcraft. Wake up, play World of Warcraft. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Go back to bed. Wake up. Repeat.
I can't do that. Nope. Not for me.
Yeah, that's when I was big into doing heroic raids.
But yeah, mostly just Horizon. Dipping my toe. I would say I'm back into Isaac. I kind of let it slide for a bit, but
when that game just never seems to die. There are games that have a shelf life.
Yep. Well, it's because the newest thing of DLC. I mean, I'm still playing the old version. There's DLC that hasn't come out for console yet. I mean, I own it on PC, and I own the most recent version on PC. For whatever reason, I just play on console. Well, because it's like a game. I wish I was treating Overwatch like this game, where just get up, play a round or two, and then actually sit down and play what you're gonna play.
Yeah.
But so because I have Isaac on console, I'll just play around. If I die shittily, I'll play 2, and then just go at what I'm doing. But I try to do a run or 2 a day because I just fucking love that game. And I wish I didn't. I think it started out as a joke because everyone around me, everyone who I get to play Isaac, they're like, this game's fucking stupid. And just eat it up. Love it. But I feel bad because if I were to teach someone how to play, I don't know how much I could actually tell them. I don't know how I've sunk so much time into that game. I couldn't tell you a goddamn thing. But other than that, saw a movie.
Kong?
What?
Kong?
No, not Kong.
Okay.
I got a list of order. Kong is at the bottom right now. I had to go see Get Out, and then I'll see Logan, then I'll see Kong. Because I just don't want them to leave theaters. And Get Out was kind of on the chopping block, I imagine.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic movie, and I liked it a lot. It's not perfect, but it's the first time the guy's ever made a horror movie, so I say stellar job.
Okay.
But it was actually the movie-going experience. Perfect. I've never had a better experience.
What do you mean?
At the movies. So, I don't know if I talked about it here before, but I'll just go see a movie alone. If I want to go see a movie and people can't get their shit together, I'll just fucking go.
Yeah, you saw La La Land like that.
I see tons of things together. Or tons of things alone. So this was no different. It was at a weird time. I just went.
Yeah.
There's multiple paths that this one story is going to branch off into. So bear with me.
Okay.
So first, just the movie viewing experience directly behind me. Not planned, it's just they had the best seats, and I had the second best seats, so they just happened to be behind me. Was a black couple. And now this is important when watching a racially charged horror movie like Get Out. And I'm sure these folks were great people. I don't know, I didn't talk to them. But the woman in particular was a walking stereotype. And she made me watching that movie a blast. But also, to my right was a girl in her 20s or something, and her mother. And the mother was typical suburban mom.
Yeah.
So, jump scare number 1. Got a sassy black woman behind me going, white people. Suburban mom to my right. Oh, I can't watch this. Oh, it's too scary. And this was the entire movie. Of any time the main character would go to do something, and, because the movie's all about crazy white folk, you would literally, I could hear her being like, white people, nope, and the woman beside me freaking out because it's too scary, and,
it's just this duality.
Oh, it was fantastic. I couldn't have cared less that there were people talking during the movie. I audibly laughed during the first jump scare, having both of those people talking. Now, I would definitely say this is more of like a thriller than a horror movie.
Okay.
Now, I like horror movies, but I would still say this movie's not scary. It does a few of the, quiet and the big sound.
Yeah. And
one of those got me, because it's loud.
Yeah. It's not particularly scary.
Yeah, it's a cheap... And even what happened on screen wasn't scary. If the sound didn't accompany it, I don't think anyone would jump. But anyway, great movie. Now, I've talked about this with you a few times. And now this is something you haven't had to worry about in a decade.
Okay.
But think back
to
prior to your current relationship.
Okay.
What would you say... Now, I think I know the answer. Would you say you had any game, Duncan?
No, I don't have game to this day.
Well, you don't need any. You're in a relationship. It doesn't matter. That can go away. I am a strapping young buck in the prime of his life. I need game when I can get it.
Okay.
Now, this may come to a surprise, but I had none.
I almost just smacked my... Just full on... No!
I told you the story of the most recent girl I tried to hit on. Went so terribly that a third party told a fourth party, oh, it was bad. But I have moments where the confidence just goes through the roof and I can get the job done.
Okay.
Those moments, few and far between. We're talking months apart, if I'm lucky. But day to day, no game. Mm-hmm. So I had one of those moments at this movie.
Oh.
Because this is still revolving the movie.
Okay. We're still at Get Out.
We're still in the theater.
Okay.
I see a very nice-looking young woman in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't say anything because I assume someone's going to sit with her eventually. People don't go to the movies alone unless you're me. In the entire movie, no one. And I was like, I can't not talk to her. She's a cute girl who's willing to go to the movies alone. That is my type. Now, the problem is, also like me, the second that movie ends, out of there. She's gone. She's gone fast. So if I want to talk to her, I look real creepy. Because I'm not naturally getting up being like, hey, let's go to dinner or something. I would have to fucking chase her.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that subtly. She took one way down the stairs, I took the other one. I was like, maybe I'll cut her off the pass. Maybe it won't be super creepy. And then ambushed from a third direction comes my ex.
Oh, Jesus.
And now, she didn't know what I was doing. All power to her. She was just like, hey, here's that guy I dated for a while. Let me say hi to him while I'm with my sisters. That shut me down real hard.
Oh, Jesus.
And it made it worse because during the movie at one point, one little shit had her fucking phone out, was texting. It was her fucking sister. I didn't know, but like when I saw her, I was like, that's the back of the head that was totally fucking texting. So yeah, Cock Blocked by My Ex. It's fantastic. Lovely movie. Would see again.
I don't think you should. You shouldn't even gone. You should have taken one look and then just immediately gotten out of the movie theater.
Well, she showed up late. It was dark. I didn't see her come in.
It's not that hard to see in the dark.
No, but if you're watching the screen, like it was one of the few moments where my paranoia wasn't going, who looks like they might have a gun? Because I get, ever since that Batman shooting years ago, I always go, could it happen? I'm like, is there anyone here who looks like it might be? And then I always come to the realization when no one looks like the gun guy, it's because it was me.
It was me all
I think I'm the one that when I walk into a movie theater alone, they go, that's the guy.
Yeah. Now, this is going to be some insight into my own paranoid mind. While we were in the Wish and Poof screening, I had that exact same thought. I was like, what if someone just comes in right now? Because we've had random people outside of the office just come into our screenings.
Well, yeah, they just see a herd of people and they go, oh, what are these guys doing?
And they're like, oh, they're going in to see a movie. Well, let's go follow. And then they just sit there through an entire 2 episodes of Super Y going, what the fuck is this? Anyway, no, just every so often I'll watch, like, and where we have grown as a studio fairly exponentially, there's just a whole bunch of new people that I've never seen before. I'm like, does he look like he could shoot up a studio?
I think, Duncan, the thing we have to realize is the people who look like the murderers are you and I.
Yeah.
I think next time what we do is sit on opposite ends of the theater, give thumbs up, and just see what happens. It's like, have you ever seen that picture? Oh, it kills me every time. Because it was just top-level trolling. They knew what they were doing. There was like it's some Middle Eastern guy, I'm assuming anyway, wore a turban.
Yeah. And
he was on a plane. And there was a guy with a turban behind him, 2 or 3 rows. And he just pulled up his phone to take a picture of him doing a thumbs up, as the other guy is also doing a thumbs up. But to the side of the picture, you can see suburban husband and wife terrified that these 2 guys in turbans just gave each other the thumbs up on a plane, and they think they're gonna die. And I love that picture. But yeah, I guess that was my week. Nothing too exciting, except for strong finish. Everything that happened was yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a grand old time. So I've been trying to keep an eye on the news more lately.
Yeah.
Because, gotta talk about something on here. And a lot of things have happened.
Well, like, in the last 24 hours, Pizza Corner's been shut down and they've got a forensic team down there.
I mean, honestly, that's probably just a murder. Like,
just a murder.
Who cares?
That's just a few blocks away, Colin.
Yeah, I don't care. And I was just there the other day, too.
I want some pizza.
I got some poutine. It's fantastic.
Oh, you're gross. You disgust me.
But one of the big things, there's kind of a bit of controversy, and we touched base on one part of it, but it's the same company, so we'll kind of tie them together. So Nike came out with their activewear hijab.
Okay, yeah.
Which, fine.
Yeah. Looks neat.
I've seen many an athlete who wears a hijab, so yeah, sure, why not? But the one they really got flack over was their new line of activewear for larger folks. Your plus sizes.
Why?
Well, the controversy is people are saying that Nike is now supporting obesity because they're making clothes, pardon my French, but for fat people. And I will say this as a part of Team Fat.
You're not that fat.
I feel it though.
I suppose when you were telling me about you trying to do yoga and you're choking yourself out with your own neck fat.
No, it wasn't my neck fat. It's I fold myself in half and I don't know, my belly button just kind of goes down my own throat. Okay, what I should say is, like, I mean, I'm twice your size, but you're also pretty small.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so people are freaking the fuck out. They're saying, oh, like, I guess, this is the downfall of humanity. Say hello to Wall-E, because, big people can get clothing that fits.
Oh, God forbid.
And like, the big thing that, like, I'm shocked that it just flew eyes over so many people's heads that, like, do you know who needs activewear probably the most? People who want to lose weight.
Yeah.
So I don't see an issue. Now I've had an issue of activewear that is way too small. It's partly my own fault. But as someone who has basically worked out in public, in Daisy Dukes, people need clothing that fits.
Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with this. It's just the people freaking out that maybe need to take a fucking horse tranquilizer.
You just say chill pill.
No. They need something a little stronger than a chill pill. They need rhino tranquilizer right in the neck.
But do you think, I mean, we live in a lot of people say we live in a victim culture, which I don't disagree. I don't think we live in a victim culture. Maybe a victim era. But I definitely think we live in an outrage culture.
Where
everything loses their goddamn mind over.
Well, it's kind of like on the internet. You can't have a gray opinion. It's either black or white.
Yeah, it's if you don't agree with me 100%,
you're a Nazi.
Yeah, you're completely wrong.
You're a bigot. No.
And I can say that as both a Nazi and a bigot.
Well, then you're the most low-key Nazi bigot I've ever met. Usually they have like a swastika tattoo on their neck.
I mean, I don't want to throw shade at people, but don't get neck tattoos.
No.
If you have any level of foresight, don't get a neck tattoo.
Why?
They just call me old-fashioned, bit of a red flag. Now that, you know what, I can't even say that. That's rude.
I mean, maybe maybe a forehead.
Okay, forehead tattoo, definitely red flag.
Yeah.
Damaged.
God, I hate that Joker so much.
Oscar-winning makeup.
No. No.
I found out more about that movie because I talked about it with Anthony some. That I guess that it was like Killer Croc was obviously the main reason why that movie won, blah blah blah. But I guess that it wasn't even like quote unquote real makeup. It was basically they did it once and then it was just a mask he put on every time.
Yeah.
But like Star Trek did that with 80 characters and they lost. That's horseshit. That being said, I looked at a bunch of the aliens from I think I said Star Wars, but Star Trek. Honestly, they were all super humanoid, and I'm like, there's no creativity there. They're all people. Give me a Krogan, goddammit. Give me my Toad Boy. Well, yeah, so that seemed to be what had most people outraged that I saw. But what do you think about that WikiLeaks?
Oh, that the CIA's got tabs on everybody?
Yeah. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean as much for us. We don't live in the States.
Yeah, but, I mean, let's say they're in collusion with the...
I imagine intel is shared to an extent with allied countries when it's important.
Yeah.
Like, if they go, hey, this guy, watch out for him, type thing. I imagine that gets shared around. But, I don't know, a lot of people freaked out about that too, and really, that was a lot of the same of, like, I thought we all just kind of knew this anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I thought we kind of, as a society as a whole was like, yeah, they can tap our phones if they want. Like,
I mean, it's kind of important for foreign governments to know what another government is doing.
well, and I heard this is like third-hand quote at this point, but I heard it from a guy who heard it from another guy. And he said something like everything, like even your more, tinfoil hat-esque people of like, oh, the government's doing this and blah, blah, blah. He said the truth is it's probably way worse than anyone thinks.
Yeah.
Of like our spying capability. And he said basically the truth is if other countries are spying on us, don't you want us to spy on them? Otherwise, huge disadvantage.
Yeah, no, we're in the age of information. Information is now the new atomic weapon.
Yeah, pretty much.
But we still have atomic weapons, so it's kind of like, would you rather use a scalpel or a hammer to do your surgery?
I guess it depends what you're getting done. But usually scalpel.
Usually scalpel, yeah. I don't know. But, talking about, keeping on the subject of phone tappings, Trump just losing his mind that Obama had his phone bugged. That's to me, like, just the degradation, like, it's just gone from, okay, what the fuck, to, are you absolutely insane?
See, I remember hearing the story, but honestly, I never bothered to look into it.
Yeah.
If it's actually true.
I don't think it is. I just think he's losing his mind. Because apparently he takes a hair loss drug that causes schizophrenia and dementia.
I bet Donald Trump would make a great uncle.
Oh, he'd be that crazy uncle that just passes out
But that's
weed.
as much power as he should have.
Just passing out weed to...
Maybe not that far. But okay, so like I have a bit of a crackpot uncle. If he was just Donald Trump, I think that would be alright. I think he'd make a fine uncle. But that's it.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think my uncle should be the president of the United States.
Well, no, considering your family, just... I'm gonna stop right there.
Bunch of racists?
I wasn't gonna... Okay.
I mean, they're not all. Most of the racists are dead.
Yeah.
But...
one of them blew himself up.
No, he was fine.
Oh, he wasn't... Okay.
He's one of the good ones. But, on the racism thing, Power Moose's resident racist, Colin, talking to, honorary member of the African community, Duncan, we took Harvard's racism tests.
And right away, I noticed some glaring issues with the test.
So, basically, there was some news story, forgive me for what news place published this. I'm going to say the Telegraph Journal, but I don't know. I don't remember. I have like a message board of news sites, so I just never keep track of who posted what. They put out a story of saying, are you more racist than you think? And this was just about subtle biases. And I was reading it and like, there's some truth to it, I think.
Yeah.
I definitely think, and now I'm definitely speaking in a class here, but from stories I've heard, I don't know how bad it is here, but
in the 1970s and 1980s.
No, I mean now.
It's still pretty bad.
But, well, like, when I'm comparing it to certain cities in the States, like, I don't think here is that bad. But from multiple interviews and stories I've listened to, like, multiple black people, I think them being afraid of whites, at least a little, totally justified.
People are crazy.
But I definitely think a lot of white folk are a little afraid of black people. Just a little. On that subtle side of, like, would you meet one and shake their hand? Of course. But if one's walking, like, if you're walking at night and you see one, Are you a little freaked out? I think a lot of white people are. So my point is, the story wasn't complete bupkis.
Okay.
And now, do I get a little tense when there is some black folk walking close to me? Yes. But I also do it when there's white folk too.
I was gonna say, anyone walks around me and I get a little, I just start to get a little twitchy.
Well, like...
But generally that's because I spend most of my time in an apartment or at work.
I mean, this is years ago now, but like, I was jumped before. So if I'm alone, any single person coming up to me, I'm not too worried. I'm not a fighter, but on paper, one-on-one, it's at least fair.
Yeah.
2 or more white, black animals. Don't care. I get a little freaked out. But I'm still not gonna, like, cross the street and make it super obvious. It was fucking years ago, and guess what? Most people don't jump people. But, so we took the test.
Yeah.
And, turns out, according to this test, I'm hella racist. And Duncan is not. It said I have a strong preference
and
to white people.
It said I had
You had a slight preference to black people.
Yeah, and it was primarily we found, like, it was...
The test is bullshit.
The test is bullshit. You can't fail it. Like, there's a point where it's like, sort out the good words from the bad words. And it's just like, happy, good, poison, bad, sadness, bad, joy, happy, or good word. And then it's like, sort the white and the black face.
Well, yeah, and it would show you the picture of a face, and you go, is that a white person or is it a black person? Now, these are black and white photos, but, like, facial structure aside, you can still see black and white skin in a black and white photo.
Yeah.
They're considerably darker still.
Yeah.
And then, basically, it tells you to match the good words with white people and the bad words with black people.
And then the bad words.
And then it switches it around to the good words with black people and the bad words with white people. And it judges your reaction time. And if you were faster with saying good, white, bad, black, you're racist.
Yeah. Well, no, if you were faster with it, you slightly preferred...
No, okay.
Okay.
So you and I did the test sort of oppositely. I got into the groove when the test first started. Because I was like, alright, I get what's going on. And I was just saying to myself out loud as the words were coming up, as the words and the pictures were coming up, I'm like, good, white, bad, black. Anyone who overheard me, I definitely sounded like a racist just chanting in his room.
Yeah.
Of saying like bad, black, and good, white. But I got into a rhythm, and then this test ended up going on. I mean, you took it. I mean, it's not super long.
It's not super long,
10 minutes, maybe?
At a point, I just kind of sat there going, like, this is the whole thing.
Well, I got into a groove at first, and then tired as the test went on. You were pissed off the test at the get-go and got into a groove at the end, because you're like, alright, Colin's not going to leave me alone until I fucking finish this test. So, because you were in your groove of good, black, bad, white, you were not racist, but because I was in my groove of good, white, bad, black, because that's just the way the test started, I'm racist.
The worst part was, I'm sitting there actively trying to fail the test.
Yeah, and you can't.
Because it's sitting there, the first one was like, friendship, good or bad? And I'm like, bad. It's like, happiness, bad. And it's like, no, you can't put that there. You can't fail the test. And that, right away, should that not send flags up that this test doesn't work?
I mean, I'm not a scientist. I have I have an interest in like sociology and things, but I definitely have no idea what I'm talking about. But I feel pretty confident in saying there is literally no correlation between reaction speed and racism. Well, I don't know if I say that. I've seen some real slow racist folk.
Yeah.
But, and now I wouldn't care if this was a BuzzFeed check your privilege test. I know what I'm getting into.
This was something.
But this was from Harvard.
Yeah.
And they have multiple of these tests of, do you think fat people are bad? Do you think Native Americans are bad? Do you think this? Do you think that? And I'm going to take a few of them, and I'm gonna come back next week, and I'm going to tell you, Harvard, get your shit together. These tests are horrible.
So by next podcast, Colin's just gonna be the worst person ever.
I may come in a full Nazi outfit next week. Thank God this is an audio-only show.
Boy.
I'm
I'm sure you could find something at the Army Surplus store, maybe.
Oh, no, I guarantee I could.
Yeah. And it's just up your street a bit.
Yep. And then on screen, I'll just put that one picture of Beauty Pie.
Yeah. Was there anything else? Or
Uh,
because there's something that's kind of been boiling beneath my calm demeanor.
Oh, I mean, I got tons of stuff, but go on. I've been on a bit of a rant.
Okay. So as things happen, my birthday's coming up.
Sure.
And it's like, what am I gonna get for what do I want for my birthday? And I'm like, Mass Effect Andromeda. I really like that. And I'm kind of sitting there. I've been watching the trailers. I've been trying to hold back on any kind of spoilerish kind of things. It's been real hard.
I can imagine. Yeah.
There are some videos, like the exploration trailer I watched. Just watching that trailer. You know that scene from the Overwatch recall video where the scientist is showing baby Winston the Earth, and Winston's just like, and baby Winston's just staring at the Earth, and he just goes, "Wow."
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Had one of those moments watching that. I was just like, oh, it looks so awesome. And then that little thing at the end of the video, it's like, pre-order now. And
Does that just take you out of it?
No, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I want this game. I want it now. And I don't, like, I am very hard set against pre-ordering.
Mm-hmm.
I will not pre-order anything. I think it is a terrible system. Games should not be made based on a promise that if you give us money, it'll be good. We'll give you all this stuff. Like, the pre-order bonus isn't even anything physical, like an art book or fucking an official soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you buy the deluxe version, there's no physical reward, as far as I'm aware. So right away, I'm a little perturbed because I don't want to pre-order it. I want the game really bad, but there's no. It's all in-game stuff.
Yeah,
and I think that is the dumbest thing ever because it's like, oh, in-game pre-order bonuses, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna play that game for a little bit, and then I'm gonna put it down, and then I don't have. It's infuriating to me.
See, I mean, I'm with you. I hate in-game rewards, but not because I don't have anything when I'm done with the game. It's more just, usually, it gives you shit that you're just overpowered.
Yeah, for like the first few hours of the game, and then you then as you're developing your weapons, you immediately get something better, and then you never use it again. Or it's like golden skins, and it's just like the ugliest color gold, and it's like, who would want this? Who would want a recolor? Like, give me a different model.
Now that being said, I do pre-order games, but do it carefully.
Yeah.
I think the right answer isn't don't never do it, but don't always do it. Like, if you have a game company you trust, I think you could pre-order that with good conscience. If you don't trust them, don't trust them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to show you this, Duncan, because this was all the rage. There's 2 parts to this.
Well, there's actually 2 parts to what I was going into.
Well, this is about Mass Effect.
Okay.
Which is the only reason why I'm saying it now. In the launch trailer, you notice this glaring issue?
Oh!
In the launch trailer,
no.
Good old spaghetti arms.
Oh! Yule filter? Someone didn't use the Yule filter.
Now, the internet loves them a good mishap in a trailer.
Fuck!
But a lot of people...
Oh, BioWare, what are you doing?
Now, internet quick to forgive if you can give an equal or superior positive to the negative.
Okay.
Yeah, what though? Internet is a big fan.
As an animator, I can't.
No, I don't
see that.
I don't forgive it either. But if you look down these comments, there's a lot of dead ass.
That is a AAA game.
Yes.
That is a AAA game, and it's coming out with animation errors that
That's in the launch trailer.
Our supervisors, they would break out a meter stick and just whap our knuckles.
Like,
it would be full on.
Games having issues is totally fine. Like, I get it. We don't live in a perfect utopia world. But I think
when that's
the
in your
trailers
when
should
there's
be
a
cleaned
problem
up.
in your launch trailer, something's wrong. Get your shit together. Holy shit. What, and sticking with the energy, there's 3 versions of Mass Effect Andromeda. There's the standard version, there's the deluxe version, and then there's the super deluxe version. Guess what the super deluxe version doesn't come with?
Well, I already know this, but do tell.
The game. It comes with a little die-cast model of the car, or the vehicle you drive around in. It comes with some, the in-game pre-order special edition bonuses, some multiplayer stuff, a digital OST, which infuriates.
Yeah, no, that's stupid because video game OSTs are on YouTube in a week anyway.
Yeah,
so.
no, and that's the same with the deluxe version. It comes with a digital OST. No, give me a physical copy. I need physical things because here's the thing about physical things. I own them. When you buy something digitally, you're buying the license. And that license can be taken away. That license doesn't exist.
I mean, I half agree, but, like, I think buying a digital game is fine.
No.
But...
Deadpool.
No, shit happens, but let's face it, like, that's the minority of cases. Like, that barely happens. It's you know, cases like that are few and far between. But the OST one, I think that's a legitimate thing. Because, guess what? I'm not going to buy that, either of those versions, and I guarantee I can hear that entire soundtrack for free.
On YouTube.
Because someone's going to take it and upload it day one.
But yeah, so, getting back to my story about me fighting with myself not to pre-order, but really wanting to buy Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, well, what does the Super Deluxe version come with? And I'm doing research, and it's like, it doesn't come with the game.
Now, how much is the Super Deluxe? Like 200,
125 American?
I mean, that's not terrible.
No, but, I mean...
For no game.
For no game. What's the point? What's the... There's no point to buying it.
Now, would you buy that and the game, though? I don't know why they just wouldn't bundle them together, because I don't know why someone would just buy that and not the game.
Not the game, but, yeah. So, I'm fighting really hard. I don't want to pre-order Mass Effect, because that would go against everything I believe in, but I am a garbage person, so I might end up pre-ordering Mass Effect Andromeda.
Now, I mean, time's coming close.
I know, it's getting down to the wire.
I mean, honestly, if you think the game will be good, and especially where for us to go to an actual, like EB or GameStop, we have to travel.
Yeah, and I hate getting on that bus.
The places here, in walking distance, only get a handful of copies. Just fucking pre-order it.
Yeah.
And use Amazon like a normal human. Have it sent to your house.
Yeah.
Or work. Works better. Have it sent to work.
But yeah, that's been just really bugging. Like, pre-orders and then just dumb pre-order incentives and digital or deluxe versions. Like, this is insanity. This is really just... And season passes are even worse. Like, you're buying DLC on a promissory note that it may or may not be good.
I say the same thing with that, with pre-ordering. If you trust the company,
Okay.
I think buying season pass is okay.
Then other companies see that people trust that company, and they're like, oh, well, if they can get away with it, so can I.
Well, no. Well, I mean, look, the biggest problem with the gaming industry, despite many gamers will say the biggest problem is greedy corporations. No, the biggest problem with the gaming industry is gamers.
Yeah.
Because we all just, collectively throw our money all over the place. You don't like season passes? Stop fucking buying them. You don't like so much pre-order content? Stop pre-ordering.
I don't buy season passes. I don't buy. I try not to pre-order.
I'll buy. The only season pass I bought in the last year that I know of was Dark Souls 3. But that's one of the rare exceptions of I've played all the DLC that From Software has ever put out. I feel confident that it's going to be decent quality DLC. But like Uncharted 4 put out one season pass, I think. I might be totally wrong. But if they did, I didn't buy it. Final Fantasy 15, I didn't buy it. Yeah, something's got changed. I wouldn't say gaming is in a bad spot, but I imagine it could get there.
People just need to get their shit together and stop supporting shitty companies.
Speaking of shitty companies.
Oh boy, did we actually do a decent segue?
No, not really.
I don't know what a segue is.
Telltale. Back at it again.
Why are they a shitty company?
Have you played any of their games?
No.
They're terrible.
The Batman?
I say having played almost all of them except for I was going to call it The Wolf of Wall Street.
The Wolf Among Us?
Yeah, The Wolf Among Us. I think that's the only one I haven't
Which
played.
is apparently one of the better ones.
But I played all the other ones. Like, even going back to Jurassic Park.
Oh.
I've played all of them. Now, I recently put a ban. I played Batman because...
It's Batman.
Yeah, exactly. I needed to. Telltale had never really done a game on something I care about. Like, I like...
Dent's pretty slow.
Like, I like Jurassic Park, sure, but I don't like it like I like Batman. And, like, I watched the Walking Dead show, but the games aren't related, so I don't really care about it the same way. So when they made the Batman one, I had to play it. So I did, and then after that one, they've since put out Walking Dead Season 3, or at least an episode or two.
That's still going?
Yeah, still going.
Jeez.
But I've put, since Batman was so terrible, I'm not buying another game from that company. I refuse to, and everyone should refuse to. Going back to, like, gamers gotta fucking get their shit together. Stop buying Telltale games. They made a new engine.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is the right direction.
Okay.
Because one of their biggest things is load problems. They're narrative-driven games, yet they still can't have a locked frame rate.
Yep. They
still dip, still bugs, lip sync, terrible, sliding walk cycles. Like, shit that's just unacceptable, honestly.
Yeah, no, we'd get dinged if we did that kind of shit.
And, like, do I ease up on, especially lip sync, on, like, huge open-world games with hours and hours of dialogue? Yes. But when you're a narrative-driven game, where 90% of the time you're looking at someone speak, learn how to animate a mouth. They can't do it. And so, as much as I actually like their Walking Dead games, and I love Clementine, I haven't looked anything up, but as far as I know, same old shit. Still can't do lip sync, still can't do walk cycles properly. They pop right into a run. It's just like there's no...
Just no transition.
Nope, it's just
right into a run.
Stand, run. It looks terrible.
No in-betweening, accenting,
overshoot.
Nope. Oh.
And we just keep eating it up. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because their next game, we're going back to a series I care about.
Oh.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
I like Guardians. Now, I might be wrong, but the reason why I care about this one is I think this one's canon to the movie.
No, don't do this.
Now, if it is canon, would you check it out?
I didn't watch Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
I'm at the point where I don't care anymore about comic book movies because there was a point where it was like, hey, look, guys, Spider-Man, the first comic book, like, Spider-Man, like, there was a point where it was like like one or two comic book movies every couple years.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're at the point where I think we're at 3 or 4 a year now.
Yeah, that's too much. I don't care that much. Like, and they've taken so many creative liberties with the character that it's not the character or the villain that I like.
Yeah.
And because Spider-Man 3 was really what killed it. Like, that was the...
I like Spider-Man 3.
Get out. Turn off the podcast. Get out.
I don't think
we're done.
No, I was late to the party.
That was the Power Moves podcast. Get the fuck out.
Everything about that movie, if you look at the diagram of the bell curve of it came out and people still kind of liked it because hey, a new Spider-Man movie, and then we reached the peak of it's fucking awful, and then it kind of died because we've had multiple Spider-Man since then. So people don't really talk about Spider-Man 3 anymore. I just saw it for the first time 2 years ago, maybe. I was like, it's not that bad. And it wasn't. Did I love it? No, I still think 1 and 2 are way better.
I'd rather have nothing.
Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad.
No. Venom. You know how much I love Venom.
But don't you remember that time that Venom really liked to smoke weed in his parents' basement?
Ooh, I've watched so many episodes of that.
I was so worried you wouldn't be able to put those two together.
I know that 70s show. I even watched the lesser remembered That 80s show.
Oh yeah, because that got canned real quick.
Oh, did it ever.
But the best of those will always be That 90s show. Because it wasn't called That 90s show. It's called Saved by the Bell. The show's amazing. But, so, the first thing I would say is it is on Netflix. I think Guardians of the Galaxy is actually worth watching. It's different enough.
Okay.
That, now I hit I'm tired of comic book movies later than you. It was after I saw Doctor Strange. That I was just like... Yeah. I was like, it's all the same shit. I don't care anymore.
I mean... I was kind of excited for that, and I was like, oh man, magic. Maybe the Harry Potter movies, they portray magic in really interesting, really cool ways. And I was like, maybe Marvel will up its game, and no, all we get's Inception and Kung Fu.
Yeah, it was not. I mean, the amount of magic. I mean,
it was just Kung Fu.
I mean, it was... Well, once in a while, Doctor Strange would do some Naruto ninjutsu hand moves, and then some sparklers would go around his hands.
Hold on, I gotta activate my Sharingan.
But, and yeah, visually, was some of the background stuff cool? Yeah. But, the actual combat was trash.
Yeah.
But I still think, now I haven't rewatched Guardians since seeing Doctor Strange, but in my memory, that movie is one of the few that this was different enough. So I'll probably still watch Guardians 2 to give it that chance. And I'll watch anything with Ego the Living Planet in it. But
what do you think about DC coming out and being like, we can do R-rated movies too, guys?
I think that's stupid. First of all, if they can, prove it. Put out an R-rated movie. And honestly, I'm glad that this is happening because now people who are more just into movies than they are games can kind of experience the same thing. R-rated is the new 1080. It's
Yeah.
R-rated is the 1080 of movies. Where, if it's not R-rated, who cares? I'm gonna put out this movie. Oh, is it R-rated? I don't know. That's not right for the character. Oh, fuck that then.
Like, if they were going to do a live action Killing Joke,
mm-hmm.
or if they were going to introduce, like, do you think people would go see it because it was the Killing Joke, or it's because it's rated R? Like, if you kept everything, all the subject matter that happened in the Killing Joke in a live action version.
Which version? The comic or the movie version?
Comic.
Okay, because the movie will fuck some shit up.
No, I am well aware of the animated movies fuck up.
I think it would be a bigger buzz that it's R-rated. An R-rated Batman movie would make more buzz to the general populace than a Killing Joke movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. Now, I think DC's got bigger problems to worry about.
Oh, yeah.
Like making a good movie first.
How's that director for The Flash coming?
Does he exist?
I don't know. Apparently they'd lost 3 directors, or 2 or 3 directors.
Now, see, I don't...
And that was months ago.
I don't care about The Flash.
Yeah.
So, to me, he's a side character. There's a reason why...
Well, it's like Plastic Man.
Now, I wouldn't put it that far down, but...
No, like, he's apparently one of the more powerful... Like, Superman's kind of wary of him.
Yeah, but he's still like I don't
exactly
care. Like him in Cyborg, and honestly, I'll see what they do with Aquaman, but I might roll him in there. Like, really, people really just care about Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, the Trinity.
Yeah, but so because it's on topic, and now. I don't care, and I'll be upfront and honest about it. I'm 100% stealing this from another podcast.
Oh, no.
I'll admit it.
Okay.
I don't care. It was just a good question.
Okay.
Now, I don't remember if this was an actual question they were asked or something they actually straight up talked about, or something they talked about and it put this idea in my head. But either way, was listening to the Super Best Friend cast.
Yeah, like we usually do every week.
And, it's if Marvel or DC started doing the Disney Pixar thing of putting shorts in front of their movies, of like give a character their 10 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
What characters would you want to see get their little shorts? Like for these, you obviously wouldn't get Batman. You'd get Moon Knight.
Oh, but Moon Knight's cool.
I don't know.
I like Moon Knight. And Mr. Knight, his like other personality.
But like that's what I mean. You would get the C tiers.
Okay.
C and D's for these.
Okay. I'm not gonna gush about Moon Knight.
You can gush about Moon Knight.
Okay.
I won't be able to follow.
I really like it because he's just one person, but he's got like different. He's got personality dissociated personality disorder, and he's got multiple personalities in his head, and then. When he goes into Moon Knight mode, he's got his Moon Knight where he's the caped vigilante, and the police hate him because they're like, "Oh, you're a vigilante, we gotta stop you." But then he has his other personality called Mr. Knight that kind of works with the police and forensic teams, and they let him into the crime scene, and it's just so cool. I love him.
You're selling me on it.
He's insane. He's crazy. Like, he is crazy. Because there's this.
Is his comic series currently under 10 issues? Does he have one?
Yes. I think Comic Historian had done a video on Moon Knight Marvel Now, or all new, all different Moon Knight. Not recently, but probably back in February or
Well, that's recent enough that maybe I'll check that out.
I don't know, he's real, like the whole the comic that they had recently put out. He's in an insane asylum, and he's this ancient Egyptian gods attacking New York, and there's just pyramids and sands and giant Anubis statues just walking around downtown New York that's completely covered in desert and pyramid, and it's just crazy. And the entire time you're reading it, you're not sure if it's what's actually happening or if it's all just in his head, and it's just constantly just trying to figure out, is this reality or is Moon Knight actually insane?
So your answer is Moon Knight.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you could do that sort of justice in 10 minutes.
No, because... No.
But, I don't know, like... Look, some of those Pixar shorts are damn good. You can tell a whole story if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes. So, I mean, maybe they could.
I mean, DC does kind of do that with their animated features.
Yeah, but no one watches those.
Because Batman Year One had a Catwoman short in front of it. Or bundled with it.
Even still, like, look, comic book nerds know where to look and where to get their shit.
Yeah. This
is like more of a general populace thing. You know, like, I think Wonder Woman's the next comic book movie. I mean, Logan's out right now, but
yeah.
I think the next big one is Wonder Woman. I guess if we're going Moon Knight for Marvel, it's Marvel, right?
Yeah, he's Marvel.
Thank God. It's getting them confused with the Taskmaster.
It's also Marvel.
I know he's Marvel because Marvel is Capcom. But, so for DC, what's a character that you'd want? Get a little love.
Raven.
That's a good answer.
I mean, she's getting, like, she's in two animated movies that are out, or coming out. Jericho Protocol or something like that. And
that sounds right.
Yeah. But Raven, I don't, but, I mean, I really would like to see the Teen Titans get a little more love and attention.
Actually, you know what? I think DC's best way of doing that short thing is, honestly, do it animated.
Yeah.
And if it picks up steam, then maybe work on a live-action version.
That's the thing. Like, DC's animated...
They're great.
Shows are great. They're amazing. But the live-action stuff has just been not... had just been subpar.
It's been snidered.
They need to get... I don't know what they need to do, because
Get rid of them?
Yeah.
No, I say that, but, like, Marvel has their equivalent. It's just he's better at his job.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably with you. I'd probably go Raven for DC. Marvel, I gotta go with my bae, though. She-Hulk.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
And now this would specifically be older She-Hulk.
Can we talk about what's happening in the Hulk comic just real quickly? Because
minor spoilers for Hulk.
Well, minor spoilers for the end of Civil War 2.
Okay.
Hawkeye just kills Bruce.
See, now I was talking about this the other day. I know Hawkeye kills Bruce, but I always wanted to. I meant to look into how.
Yeah.
Because on paper, Clint cannot kill Hulk.
No, because wasn't it that even though the Hulk persona isn't active at the time, when the second Bruce is in danger, the Hulk persona, like...
Yeah, it just comes to... Well,
comes to...
I don't know if this is comic canon, because relatively new to comics. I've never actually read Hulk comics. I've only read She-Hulk.
Yeah.
But there was a good line in the movie that I assume is comic canon, where Bruce talks about wanting to kill himself. And he shot himself in the mouth, and he just instantaneously
turns into the Hulk.
And so it just does nothing.
Yeah, and the thought that Hawkeye could take out the Hulk is just baffling to me.
Yeah, well, so you're on the same page as I am, of, like, you want to know how that went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I don't want to read through all of
No, I'm not going to. We're in a quote-unquote, like, new canon / launch off period. So I don't. That's where I'm starting. Yeah. I don't care about what happened.
But that's been bothering me. But yeah, no, She-Hulk short series, that would be pretty neat.
Well, especially like, now don't get me wrong, I'm liking the new Hulk.
Yeah.
Which is, for anyone who doesn't know, She-Hulk is just called Hulk now because Hulk's dead. But before Civil War II, She-Hulk was like kind of campy and fun. And this one, like, the new She-Hulk is a little more serious.
Yeah.
Dealing with depression and everything. And it's super good. I'm loving it. But the old one was just literally Futurama's single female lawyer. But when she couldn't do the deed lawfully, she just turned into the Hulk and beat people up. It was so much fun. And she'd be joined with Hellcat, and like you could totally tie that in because we've already seen Hellcat, sort of, in Jessica Jones. I don't remember. Did she ever actually dress up? No, I don't think so.
I was gonna say I watched a good majority of Jessica Jones, and then I kind of stopped.
I mean, you know who Hellcat is. It's a friend there,
but
I don't think she ever actually dresses up.
Like there was I was really into Jessica Jones, and then there was just an episode where I was just like, I'm done.
Now you're on board. Now next Friday, Iron Fist. I'm hearing bad things.
Yeah,
I'm still
gonna watch it. Yeah, no, I've come this far. I want to see how the Defenders are formed.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest hope. They're doing it right. I think they could have done it better. Like, as much as I like Daredevil season 2, I think every character should have got one season, because we could be going to the Defenders next Friday, instead of Iron Fist. Because if you replaced Daredevil season 2 with Iron Fist, we would have seen them all by now. We could be having Defenders right now, but instead we had to go Daredevil season 2.
Which, I really want Kingpin again.
I like Daredevil season 2 because Punisher was fantastic, but honestly,
the villains.
Kingpin was great.
Oh Jesus! Like I would go back and watch the season 2. My biggest problem was that lack of Kingpin and Elektra. I did not like Elektra.
Yeah, she wasn't great. I mean, she's kind of a shitty character. And I think that's gonna be the issue with all of them. Now, I'm not gonna front. I'm not super familiar with the street level Marvel characters, being any of the Defenders. I think that kind of leaves them open for, like, shit villains.
Well,
I get a feeling it's going to be Kingpin again, because...
Well, yeah, but generally they take on drug dealers, mass murderers, gangs.
That's boring. No, I mean, I'll still watch it. I don't know why... Well, I was going to say, I don't know why DC's not in that game. But they half are, half aren't. Like, I hear those CW shows are great. Like, like Flash, Supergirl, and all that stuff.
Gotham, I don't know what they're doing.
Gotham's not related.
Like
different canon.
Okay. Because I saw, like, I went looking, like, Zaz. It's like, their version of Zaz is just...
He's fine.
No. It looks gross.
I mean, he's basically,
apparently...
Hitman from...
Yeah. Apparently Solomon Grundy made an appearance.
That'd have to be recently.
Because
I've watched a lot of guys.
Basically this big guy tossing someone around, and I was like, that's not Grundy.
Probably was Grundy. But I mean, they do a lot of, like, there's some things that I think that show did well. There's some things that show didn't do well. Like, showing Cobblepot, like, making his way up the ranks, that was kind of neat. Because he always just starts at the top.
Yeah.
St. Bruce as a kid. I thought I wanted that at one point in my life. I don't care about it. But, yeah, and I mean, they kind of made up a villain for the majority of the first season. I'm like, why? There's, like, tons to choose from.
Yeah, there's the entire Rogues Gallery. Calendar Man. Condiment King. Polka Dot Man.
Honestly, the Riddler stuff is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched the show in a while now. I don't know what... I think they're on the Mad Hatter now.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, I love the Mad Hatter.
But, like... I don't know.
He was always my favorite in the animated series.
DC, like, I don't know why DC just didn't make those CW shows canon. Because honestly, I only watched the first season, but like Arrow was pretty decent. Yeah. I hear good things about Supergirl and the Flash. So they already had a Supergirl, they already had Flash, I already had a Green Arrow, and they're like, let's recast them. I'm like, why don't you just make these already good shows canon? Yeah. And then just take those guys. But no. I think they're missing out. I've been half trying to skim to find out how Hulk died, but it's too much to look at.
Oh, yeah.
I have to sit down and actually look over it. Now, I do have to mention this, because I mentioned it last week, and the news has updated since last week on this. So, 2 weeks ago, Ubisoft announced their Avatar game. Like James Cameron's Avatar.
Oh.
Which was like the right time to announce it.
Yeah. Because
the movie's scheduled to come out Christmas 2018. So I was like, that's a decent amount of time away. That's the right time to announce the game. Since saying that last week, James Cameron came out and said, yeah, that movie's not coming out next year either. So, which means at least 2019, which means it'll have been 10 years since the first Avatar. Does anyone care anymore?
I sure as hell don't.
I want to, but I don't think I will.
How much longer does he have to live?
He's actually not that old.
Oh, okay.
He's just been doing it for a long time.
I was gonna say, because there was like Titanic.
He's probably like, I don't know, 60. I don't think he's that old. That's not too bad.
What was it? I don't know. I'm just saying, we've got people die at any age.
He's 62, and he's Canadian. He'll be fine. So, speaking of like shows being on and blah blah blah, I've seen a lot of this lately. Now I'm, an internet dweller, and I honestly don't see a lot of this, but I've seen a huge spike in it lately of people tweeting out or reblogging on Tumblr of like, here's where to watch this full episode. TV.
There'll be a link,
which is illegal, but whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing I don't like about it is the people who do those things have no understanding how ratings work. If people aren't watching the show where it's meant to be watched, then you have this huge fan base that goes, well, we all watched it, how did it get canceled? And the only reason why I'm mentioning this is because that happened big time to Korra. It was the same type of thing. No one was watching it legit.
Yeah.
And now, I haven't seen this up until now, but I saw it in the last 24 hours. I saw it with already with Samurai Jack, because that's back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll check that out. It honestly was not I wasn't into the first 4 seasons.
And the way Cartoon Network's been going, I can assume that it's going to be hot, steamy garbage.
And the other one that I can see this happening to, we'll see. Steven Universe. Seeing a lot of illegal links getting passed around the Tumblr community. And that's the type of community who will get very upset when that show gets canned because no one's watching it legit anymore.
Yeah.
And now you're a big fan of the show.
I wouldn't say I'm a big fan.
Well, you watch it.
Yeah, I watch it.
Weekly.
Yeah.
I would say that's a fan. I guess maybe not a big fan, but you like this show.
Yeah.
I've still never sat down and seen
when I was unemployed, I watched through the entire thing in a span of a couple days.
Well, it's doable. They're, 11-minute episodes?
11-minute episodes, but there's like 4 seasons.
Yes. I mean, I hear nothing but good things, but I just...
You can't get into it.
I've just never tried.
Yeah. Well, you gave me shit when I was like, hey, yeah, I'm watching Steven Universe.
Yeah, I'll always, shit
but
on...
you give me shit about everything,
I'll just shit on anything anyone does.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You fucking hipster.
You know it.
Why don't you go buy some free-range cheese? I don't know.
I'm actually out. cheese right now.
Oh, you gonna go back to Pete's and buy some shitty cheese?
I actually tried to yesterday. They didn't have the cheese that time. Okay.
They didn't have the cheese bucket.
Well, they did, but they didn't have the cheese I was looking for.
Oh.
Because this was one of the times where I finally... So, to anyone who doesn't know, there's a store by Duncan and I where they just have a bucket of cheap cheese, where it's basically meant for you to try, buy a little bit. It's like $2 or $3. And you go, oh, I like that. So then you go and buy the whole block next time you're in. I couldn't find the whole block. And I don't dare to wonder how much it probably cost.
Yeah.
But this is one of those things where, like, simple, sometimes the way to go. This was just like matzo cheese with cracked pepper in it. Amazing. Loved it.
I'm just gonna stick to my cheddar cheese.
My
old fort cheddar cheese.
You live that and live your boring life.
My life is very boring, and I don't dare want to change it.
Shit.
Oh?
Ignore that. I just gotta...
Everything's falling apart, Colin.
Well, I had something saved to open up to talk about, and then for whatever reason it had closed itself. So I found this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I've done not as much research as I could, but I can't find anything straight up claiming this is fake. I've seen multiple, as far as I know, legit news sites report on it. But everyone's source site is a little, I don't know. I don't know how trustworthy the Siberian Times are.
Okay.
Now, have you seen... So I guess I'll just say, this could be fake. But currently, all evidence says it's not. But we'll see. Touch on it next week, maybe. Have you... I don't imagine you've seen Hunger Games.
No.
Have you seen Battle Royale?
No.
Jesus. What's wrong with you?
I don't go out and see movies.
Battle Royale is like 2000.
Yeah, oh.
But I mean, you know the gist of at least Hunger Games, I imagine.
Yeah. Districts pitted against each other. And
how do you feel about that being real?
Oh, this Australian thing that they're gonna...
Russian.
Oh, yes, Russian.
And when things are Russian, things can get way more illegal.
Yeah, because there's also going to be like a commune, like some sort of a community that you can live close to.
Well, I'll basically just read this article, which is, it was one hell of a headline that I was like, fake or not, I gotta read this. Shocking real-life Hunger Games where rape and murder are allowed.
Yep.
So this is a game show called, I think it's called terrible name. It's like Game 2 Winter. It's a shitty name. But basically, participants have to survive 9 months of quote-unquote hell in harsh wilderness, facing everything from wild bears to werewolves.
What?
Did I say werewolves?
Yes, you did.
Normal wolves.
Okay.
I got too excited.
Already, the scales are tipped in nature's...
Set on a remote Siberian island,
Yeah.
organizers of the controversial show will not intervene with contestants should horrific scenes such as rape or murder play out. When they start the journey, players will be armed with knives. And, again, they just kind of repeat the stuff of they gotta fight bears.
Yeah.
Producers claim not even the birth of a baby will halt the game. This game is set to start in 4 months.
What?
In July.
This is actually something that's happening.
Again, I've looked it up. I can't find anything specifically saying it's not true yet. But this story just came out. Maybe in a week's time it comes out that it's total bullshit. But there's parts of the story that make me go, maybe. So obviously Russia has some real bad
has some really lax kind of rules when it comes
Well,
to filming stuff.
So, Anything Goes show will be filmed from 2,000 fixed cameras, so there's no actual crew.
Yeah.
They just set up 2,000 cameras. And it will be broadcast 24/7. So, here they say it again. Organizers admitted they will not intervene to stop rape or murder, but when the show is over, will be liable to the full force of the Russian law. So anything goes for the show, but anything you do, you will be punished when you get out. If you didn't.
Then what's the point?
Oh.
Like...
Now, here's the part where I think this was the part that made me go, might be truth to this. So we, basically, the people reporting this heard word that can't be true, and then someone said, no, it's not true. Like, if someone's getting murdered, we'll can it. Blah, blah, blah. So they asked again to clarify. Millionaire organizer Vengi Petovsky said, no. Everything goes. And when you have a Russian millionaire backing the show, that lends to some legitimacy. Because who else would be crazy enough to fucking do it?
God damn it.
Now, would you watch this?
No.
Not even for a minute?
No.
Not even to check it out?
No.
If a woman falls pregnant and manages to carry the baby, good for her.
God damn it, Russia.
It's set in 3.5 square miles. This isn't a ton, I don't think. It will get as cold as -50.
So mostly everyone's gonna be dead. Like the first night.
Yeah, could be. More than 300 applicants are on a short list to take part in the show.
There's actually people signing up for this.
If this is true. And that is the part I have to stress the most, because Lord knows it probably isn't. But I gotta say, I want that to be real. Because they get multiple parts of that story believable, which is being run by a Russian millionaire. Being in Russia.
Bears. And werewolves.
Definitely werewolves. But yeah, you out of just plain human curiosity, you wouldn't check out that show even for a minute?
No. Because one, I don't think it's airing outside of Russia.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is?
Live streaming 24/7 in multiple languages, including English.
On like YouTube or Twitch? Or...
Oh, I doubt they allow that.
YouTube Red?
No, it's
Pornhub?
Daily Motion, probably.
Daily Motion. Why is that still a thing?
Because when you want to live stream murder, you go to Daily Motion.
I'm surprised that still operates.
That's why it still operates. For the shit that YouTube won't let you put on it.
I suppose.
But, guess what, Duncan?
What's that?
Since you've been gone, we got a letter. Our first ever question.
We actually got a message. Now, is this from an actual viewer, or is this from some...
I don't know. This has perplexed me for 2 weeks, because I actually got this before the last episode. I just was like, we're not getting an email today. So I just didn't check. So, for 2 weeks this has bothered me.
Okay.
I guess it actually would have just been 1 week. I've asked multiple people, and unless our friends are much better liars than I thought, which this would be perfect level lying, of me being like, no, real talk, trolling aside, was this you?
Yeah.
It's not them. According to them.
Okay. Because I'm sure if you ask a liar not to tell
well,
the
of course,
truth,
but I also don't think we're friends with perfect liars. And, like, the joke passed. Like, I had my head scratching day or two of, like, I can't fucking figure out who it was. Like, the joke's over. And if it actually was them, I think they would have owned it by now. But this comes in from, didn't leave a name, but a beautiful email of Ted Cruz did it 2017.
Okay.
And Duncan, they want to know, and now I've known this for a week, but I've not sent you the question. If I like traps, does that make me gay? My friends seem to think so.
No.
I think it depends. And now you can see why this question made me go, I feel like I know this person. I got a few people that I go, that's a them question.
I don't think it makes you gay.
I think maybe.
I read it.
Depends. I think, so for anyone who isn't hip with the lingo, a trap is you typically see it one way, not the other, but is basically someone who looks very convincingly to be a member of the opposite sex, but they're not.
Yeah.
You see it a lot in anime with the real pretty boys and whatnot.
Yeah, they're mistaken for girls.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, is that the FBI calling?
Oh God, I hope so. If you are attracted to them because you're like, oh, that's a pretty girl, I don't think that makes you gay. Because you go, that looks like a girl, and I like girls. I'm assuming because this person didn't leave a gender, but I'm gonna assume they're a guy, and they're upset that they're attracted to other men. I think if they look like a girl, I don't think that makes you gay. But if you know it's a dude, and you still go, I like that, I think you're gay.
I don't think it really matters.
No, I'm not judging. I don't care. Different strokes, different folks.
Yeah.
But I think if you know it's a guy and you're attracted to it, by definition, you're attracted to a man, you know you're being attracted to a guy, makes you gay. I think it all comes down to, do you know it's a dude? If you don't, I don't think...
I think this is a lot of the homeland coming through. The motherland.
Duncan, I get it. I come from some closed-minded folks. Well, you cannot tell me...
Colin, when I was driving through your community every so often, I could just hear the ding 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 ding.
No, Matt, no city folk open-mindedness can change my mind that a man being attracted to another man makes you gay. That is the definition. I will fight people on that. But that's my thoughts. If you know it's a dude, yep, you're gay. Congratulations. Tell your parents. Or don't. I don't know where you come from. And you know what? I guess vice versa. If this is a female being attracted to a trap, same thing. If you know they're a girl, you're gay. You don't, it's fine. We've all been there.
So, should I tie the noose to the rafters now or after we get?
You talking about me killing myself?
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Just from the sheer... I suppose if we actually had a listener base that wasn't the 5 immediate people we know. Or the few...
Look, from this question, I want to branch off into Power Moose life advice.
Power Moose life advice?
Yep.
Like what? We got any examples?
Like that.
Like that? You're gay.
Does this make me gay? Yes or no? That's great life advice. I wish we had more intricate question, because it's really just a yes or no. Of, am I gay? I don't know. Do you like the same gender as yourself? I'd need more info.
We are really too uneducated to...
I don't think so.
I don't... Because here's the thing. We can't help people.
You don't know that.
No. I am far too uncaring about the human race to help.
We don't have to care. It doesn't mean we can't help. Like, what if this person is just going insane day and night? They don't know. Am I gay? Does Bruno Mars is gay? And maybe us just saying yes. Maybe that helped.
I'm not saying yes to that.
How can you not? How can you not say yes to that? Explain. I need more than a yes or no.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't agree with what you're saying.
I need more of that uneducated Duncan opinion on this trap issue.
Oh, this is literally the definition of a trap.
Might be.
Not the urban
Different trap.
Different trap. This is a trap. Admiral Akbar is just screaming out inside my head, going, Duncan, don't go any further.
Well, now okay, let me clarify, because maybe my clarification will help. Where they're specifying trap and not transgendered, I think there's a difference. If you like someone who is a male, but that person identifies as female, I don't think that makes you gay.
Okay.
Because that person is a female and wants to be called as such, so that is a woman, so you're not gay. But in a trap situation, that, again, we'll just use the dude example. That's a dude who knows he's a dude. He's just real pretty. I think that makes you gay.
Okay, if we're going with that logic, then yes, I will agree.
So was that the issue you had? Basically, what was the trans part?
Well, I mean, nowadays with the whole question of gender and all that, just mire of complexity that is the human species now. I don't know what...
Duncan, if two straight white men can't give their opinion on the complicated subject of sexuality, god damn it, I don't know who can. That's been the podcast for this week.
Send your anthrax letters and letter bombs to...
If you want more advice on your sexuality from two straight, sometimes white, sometimes men,
that may or may not be psychologically sound,
get your life advice from a sexually curious black man, Duncan, and your neo-Nazi gay-bashing host, Colin.
Oh,
If that's not the most incriminating thing I've ever said.
God damn it.
Send us if you can handle life advice from those people, or just things you want us to talk about. Because guess what? I check the news, but I don't read every story. I don't catch them all. Drop us a line at powermovepodcast@gmail.com. Don't like emails? Use the Twitter. We got Twitter at PowerMoosePod. Duncan's a Pen Gray. I'm Metal Gear Whale on Twitter and Tumblr. And that's it.
Actually, there is something I kind of want to bring up.
God damn it, Duncan. This is the end. What is it?
Well, last week you guys were like, penned gray, and you guys were like, what the fuck does append mean?
Oh, or you just want to clear the air?
And I want to clear the air about that. In Maya, there's a tool called the append tool.
Yes.
Where you basically create, say you delete something, and then you can create a single polygonal thing to replace it. That's all it is.
Where's the gray? Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's like, where's the gray come in?
Yeah.
But I know where that comes in.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It was my favorite tool in Maya. Anyway, that's the show.
All right. Later days.
Stop.